Strayed Lights, from developer and publisher Embers, is an atmospheric trip filled with just the right amount of rhythm and action. The game kicks off with you taking on the role of a baby light, some sort of light form at any rate, a lightling, maybe a strayed light. Things escalate quickly though, as you get drawn into the narrative and encounter a mirrored surface of sorts that transforms you into a more mature form. Unfortunately, this isn't the only thing that happens, and suddenly a darker, more sinister version of yourself gets brought forth as well. This is where things get interesting, and the game throws you straight into the deep end. After plummeting to the bottom of a crystal cave, you'll face off against your dark doppelganger, after it literally tears light from your body. It's a rough start, but one that'll quickly teach you how to parry attacks and dodge. You see, Strayed Light's key gameplay mechanic, one essential to survival, is the ability to parry, but this comes with one major caveat. You can only pull it off when you're the same colour as your foe. As you might expect, combat revolves a lot around this colour swapping mechanic, as you'll have to do it continuously to parry attacks. Further complicating things is that enemies can sometimes shift to purple, which indicates an upcoming, unparryable attack that needs to be dodged. It honestly felt a lot like Sekiro at times, forcing you to read enemy movements, watch their telegraphed attack patterns, and then react accordingly. If you're a fan of performing the parries and counters in Sekiro, Strayed Light's combat will feel extremely familiar to you. Parry enough attacks and you'll slowly charge up a meter at the bottom of the screen that, when full, allows you to unleash your inner light and obliterate your enemy. This forms the basic combat loop as you explore the game's world and defeat enemies, which in turn rewards you with resources to upgrade your abilities further. That exploration is made a little more challenging by the fact that Strayed Lights has no map. After the tutorial segment, don't expect a lot of directions or hand-holding. Admittedly, this gripe is coming from someone who's gotten used to modern game design, but it would have at least been useful to have some sort of map, if only to make tracking down all the collectibles easier. Talking of exploration, Strayed Light's environmental design is absolutely fantastic, and the world is often nothing short of gorgeous. Every single area in the game is screenshot worthy, and, thankfully, the developers clearly knew this and included a photo mode. The graphics, overall art style, and designs are all striking and extremely well done. Enemy designs are also quite varied, and there's a ton of fine details to soak up in the environments. Backing all this visual splendor is an incredible soundtrack from Austin Wintory, who lends his talents to the game. It's an essential component, as, in the absence of voice acting, a combination of visuals, sound effects, and music do all the heavy lifting and manage to convey an emotional tale. So overall, Strayed Lights is an extremely solid action adventure that draws inspiration from the Souls-like genre when it comes to the parry-focused combat. If you struggle with games like that, you might get a bit frustrated at first, but thankfully, Strayed Lights is way more lenient. Once you defeat an enemy, you also replenish your entire health bar, and this helps alleviate the frustration of persistent damage or having to worry about healing items. Strayed Light's incredible soundtrack and overall visual design are amazing, and it really draws you into the world and narrative, despite its minimalist approach to storytelling. Embers have done a great job here, and I highly recommend picking up Strayed Lights if you can, and maybe that sweet soundtrack too, as I often found myself listening to it outside of the game. If you've got this far, please consider giving the video a like and maybe subscribing to our channel, as it helps us grow.